Proud to serve northeastern and central Pennsylvania. This is WNEP TV 16, the news station. Now, Nolan Johannes, Karen Harch, Jack Ruland in Skycam 16, meteorologist Tom Clark with his backyard forecast, and Tim Carlson Sports. This is Newswatch 16.
Good evening. Just when you thought professional baseball struck out in our area in the late innings, it's been saved.
Since AAA baseball was sent to the showers, AA has been given the nod. And it'll be batter up next month in Williamsport.
Sports Watch 16's Tim Carlson is here now with an exclusive report from Connecticut. Tim?
Well, Nolan, ever since a federal judge in Portland, Maine, prevented AAA baseball from moving to this area a couple of weeks ago, the prospects of minor league baseball being played here this summer have been bleak, to say the least. The only chance of minor league play here this year was moving the AA Eastern League team currently owned by Northeastern Baseball from Waterbury, Connecticut to Williamsport, where the AAA team was supposed to play this summer. Late this afternoon, Northeastern Baseball, the group trying to bring minor league baseball to this area, worked things out with the Eastern League, and the AA team will be moving from Waterbury to Williamsport. Newswatch 16's Valerie Devine was in Waterbury today and flew Skycam there, and right now she is in Skycam Live to tell us the whole story. Valerie?
Well, Tim, the Eastern League Board of Directors met this afternoon at a hotel just 15 miles from Waterbury. After 3 hours of decision, they decided to move the Waterbury Indians to Williamsport because of declining sales in Waterbury. Now, as you said earlier, not too long ago, a AAA baseball team for Northeastern Pennsylvania fell through. But now it's assured that a AA baseball team will play in the Northeast. Now, so far, a lease hasn't been negotiated for Bowman's Field in Williamsport, but I'm told that the city of Williamsport has shown so much enthusiasm to have a baseball team that they don't think that'll be a problem. Now, right now, the first game in Williamsport is set for April 11th. Now, we did talk to Northeast Baseball President John McGee late this afternoon after the meeting. We will have his interview and more on this story tonight at 11. For now, Valerie Devine, Newswatch 16 live in Skycam 16 en route from Waterbury, Connecticut.
Thank you, Valerie. Good job. We'll be back on the Sports Watch and have more and some comments from John McGee about the AA team moving to this area. Nolan?
Scranton is coming down hard on an elderly care home the city says is unsafe. 15 residents were moved out of this boarding home on Scranton's North Main Avenue last night. Most of the elderly were using canes or walkers. City officials had inspected the home and found it should be a personal care facility because of the needs of the residents. Officials say the home had no permit for that and did have fire code violations.
There were some major fire violations, and the people had some needs in terms of walkers, braces, canes, that would have made it difficult for them to get out.
The home's operator and owner disagrees that her home is unsafe. Inspectors found a sprinkling system which was never hooked up. The 15 elderly residents are being temporarily taken care of until permanent homes can be found for them.
The Wall Street Journal is reporting today that Bethlehem Steel is looking into possibly filing for bankruptcy. Our nation's third largest steel maker is based in the Lehigh Valley and has been in financial trouble for some time now. The report says Bethlehem Steel has no plans right now to file for bankruptcy, but if things continue to get worse, the company will have to re-examine its options. A spokesman says Bethlehem Steel should be able to make it at least through 1987. When Newswatch 16 continues, attacking the dropout problem before it gets started.
Plus, later on, we'll soar over the Pennsylvania Road on a string. Mike Stevens will take us for a ride.
The Genetti Dinner Playhouse in Hazleton proudly presents Neil Simon's Brighton Beach Memoirs, starring Jack Scott, and from TV's Dynasty and Ryan's Hope, Miss Susan Scannell. Brighton Beach Memoirs, Simon's best play. It glitters and erupts with laughter, a gem that sparkles. Now through April the 5th at the Genetti Dinner Playhouse in Hazleton. And coming to Genetti's Helen Reddy. Genetti's, we're going to show you a great night out.
Now's the time. You've got 72 hours to save a lot of green at Acme's half-price sale on plants and accessories this Thursday through Saturday only. Pick up hanging plants like pothos and ferns, potted plants like jades, mums, and palms, all half-price at Acme. Plus accessories like pots, potting soil, fertilizer, and more. But only Thursday through Saturday while supplies last. So, get more green stuff for less green stuff at Acme's half-price plants and accessories sale.
Tonight, we continue to look at Governor Casey's budget proposal and how it would affect us. It calls for $1.5 million for programs to keep students in school. As Newswatch 16's Bob Costantini reports from Northumberland County, many schools don't wait until the students reach high school. They try to nip any dropout problem in the bud.
Everybody likes Robbins, do they? Yeah.
There's no way to tell for certain which of these youngsters at Shamokin Area Elementary will drop out of high school. But there is a list of warning signs so school officials can target aid to what are known as children at risk.
These children then are counseled, and we work on self-esteem mainly. It must be started at an elementary level.
Assistant Principal Joan Bixler says the district would be interested in getting state aid money for its dropout prevention program. The idea is to make kids want to come to school, so it also works at cutting absenteeism. Northumberland County's mental health, mental retardation budget provides some money for the program. Counselors like Paula Quinlan meet kids in the lunchroom to help push their self-esteem.
Work with children that are at risk or high risk, have a very low sense of themselves, do not value what they think, don't value what they feel.
The program is in its first year and targets students from the second grade on up. The prevention specialists here serve about 40 kids each week. We're told there's a long waiting list, and that's where some state money would come in handy. Bob Costantini, Newswatch 16, near Shamokin.
The Weather Watch is next with Chief Meteorologist Tom Clark.
And our first question, is it time to break out the spring jackets yet?
By about Saturday, yeah.
Oh, all right.
The big warm-up will begin tomorrow, though, but going to feel the difference by Saturday and Sunday. And when we come back, I'll talk about kind of an unusual event taking place in the sky tonight. You're watching Newswatch 16 on WNEP TV, and we're proud to serve Cumbola and all of Schuylkill County.
I hear there's a new truck introduction coming from Chevy. They'll talk about new styling and up-to-date anti-lock braking. Well, Ford full-size pickups already have these features. A few more reasons why Ford is America's best-selling line of trucks for the 10th straight year. Oh, that heartbeat you hear from Chevy just might be them trying to catch up to America's best-selling truck. Ford full-size pickups.
Buy now and get 3.9 financing or up to $600 cash back on Ford full-size pickups.
You are about to witness a most extraordinary event in the history of tea drinking. Look closely. Do you see it? This is new Sonata Sweetened Tea. The very first tea bag that combines a choice blend of fine orange pekoe teas with just the right touch of NutraSweet. For a perfectly sweetened cup of tea every time, with no sugar and just one little calorie.
That's a lot of tea.
That's new Sonata Sweetened Tea, with perfect sweetness in every bag.
Well, the calendar doesn't read spring just yet, but I guess
Right.
it's going to feel like it, right, Tom?
It's coming, Karen. A preview of spring not only in the forecast, but I got a report today of some geese flying north over Wilkes-Barre, and the crocus, of all things, in bloom now in Honesdale. Let's begin tonight with my Weather Watcher reports, as we always do, and Brenda Neidig in Williamsport tells me 40 at her place now. Teresa Green in Lee Heighton checks in with clear skies and 37 degrees. The cold reading tonight up there in Thompson. Beatrice Fry has 28 out back and clear skies there as well. Next, a view today over the power plant in Berwick showing man-made clouds of steam billowing above the cooling towers. 34 out back now. The humidity is 46%. The wind is dying down, but it's from the north at 9, and the barometer is up quite high now, 30.45, and she's holding steady. The range in temp today, 37 for the afternoon high and 17 the low this morning. Had 13 at my place. 69 and 2 are the records for the date, and we topped off at 40 1 year ago. Here's the nation's weather from the weather satellite, 22,000 miles above the equator. Still nice and clear over all of Pennsylvania now, and the warm air is getting closer. Record highs all across the northern plains today with readings in the 50s and 60s. And that warm air should make it across Pennsylvania over the next couple of days. This cold front here should be sliding down over New York State on Saturday, and it may try to knock on the back door by about Sunday morning. But at this point, you can rest assured that we will be up close to 60, I think, on Saturday and maybe even on Sunday as well. Now, something unusual happening tonight overhead has to do with the moon. Between about 9:30 and 1 a.m., the moon will pass over a group of stars, and they will disappear behind the moon and then
reappear. And if you look closely at that star there, it will suddenly disappear. And that should happen between about 11 and 11:30. So it's kind of a rare type of phenomena. You may want to check it out. It'll stay clear overnight tonight into the crescent moon. 19 in New Milford, another very cold night. Moscow, about 18 tomorrow morning. Benton, 22. Kumbola, 21 tonight. State College, about 22. And no wind to report overnight tonight. The sunrise time for tomorrow morning is 6:31, and about 12 hours later is sunset at 6 in the evening. Clear tonight, a beautiful day tomorrow. Now, notice the temperature trend up to about 48, close to 50 tomorrow. A beautiful day on the way. Good day to wash the car. On Saturday, another nice day. I think 57 should do it for the high, or thereabouts. Plenty of sunshine. On Sunday, partly cloudy. Again, we should be close to 60, depending on what that backdoor cold front decides to do. At this time, I think it's going to stay to our north. And just a lovely spring-like weekend. A cold front does move through on Monday at a good chance for rain at that time.
We're going to keep the back door locked so the cold front doesn't get here, Tom.
Good idea.
See you in the update.
Tim Carlson is next with the Sports Watch, and more on AA baseball coming to our area this year.
Plus our sports star of the week, a college basketball player who's helping his team court the idea of a national title.
Pickway knows how important work shoes are on the job, especially your job. That's why Pickway is so fussy about their work shoe selection. Now during Work Shoe Week, they've sale priced over a dozen styles under $20. Oxfords, 6 and 8 inch, steel toes, Western boots. Regular $17.99 to $26.99, now $14.88 and $19.88. Choose your style in your size. All these styles sale priced under $20 and get a free cotton bandana to boot. Work Shoe Week at Pickway Shoes.
No other taste attracts so much attention. Diet Pepsi.
You gotta be the most refreshingest invention.
See that smile, see that look. Diet Pepsi is all it took. No other taste attracts so much attention.
Name this Diet Cola that over 7 million Diet Coke drinkers have reached for, and you could win $1 million.
Well, I guess baseball fans in this area have something to smile about tonight, Tim.
Absolutely. By the way, Karen, you a Pirates fan now? I really like that.
Steelers.
All right. Oh, Steelers. That's football, Karen. This is a happy day of relief for minor league baseball fans in northeastern and central Pennsylvania, because we will have the chance, after all, to see minor league baseball being played around here this summer. Today, in a New Britain, Connecticut hotel, the Eastern League approved Northeastern Baseball's proposed move of the AA team from Waterbury to Williamsport. A couple of weeks ago, Northeast Baseball lost the chance, at least for the time being, to bring AAA baseball to this area, but they still own the AA Eastern League franchise the whole time the AAA negotiations were going on. So, when the AAA deal fell through, Northeastern Baseball then proposed the move of the Waterbury team from Connecticut to Billtown, and it will happen with the first game to be played at Bowman Field in Williamsport April 11th. John McGee, president of Northeast Baseball, is happy about it.
When we went into Waterbury 2 years ago, we announced that we would be there for 2 years, and the 2 years is up. We did suffer losses the last 2 years, but we're happy for the people of northeastern and central Pennsylvania. They are going to see professional baseball in the area this year.
By the way, I understand that the folks at Northeastern Baseball are still committed to eventually bringing a AAA team to this area, but in the meantime, will operate the AA Eastern League team out of Williamsport. Well, by now, it's no secret that both the Lady Royals and Men Royals from the University of Scranton are still in the hunt for national basketball titles in Division III. One of the major contributors to the Royals' cause the entire season and right through the playoffs has been John J.P.N. Draco. The big guy from the University of Scranton is our sports star this week, and Sports Watch 16's Tom Tidy tells us more about him.
His friends and area basketball fans simply know him as JP. Opposing teams know him as Trouble. For John Paul Andraco, playing solid basketball is nothing new. He's been doing just that for the past 3 years for the Royals. Last weekend, he was at it again, scoring 47 points in 2 games, 26 of them in a win over Elizabethtown in the MAC Finals. For John, bitter memories of last season fueled the fire for this year's championship.
Last year when we played Susquehanna here and they won, it hurt a lot to watch them cut down the nets. And so I remember that, and that was one of the goals I set for myself this year, that if well, when we did get in the playoffs, that I was going to give my best so that we could win it again and bring the championship back to Scranton.
Some players have a serious mien, and they put a game face on. He never does. His game face is the same as his off-the-court face or his street face. And he's always smiling. He's a charming person, and he's a very happy person.
This week, John has a few more reasons to be happy. Along with the team's success, he was named to the MAC first team. More importantly, he received academic All-American honors.
It's just been a super week. I don't even know what to say. There's just kind of things that you just like dream about. This is like when you're a little kid and you think when you're playing basketball what you want to happen, and this past week has been that kind of week for me.
John, for leading the team against Elizabethtown to the 7th MAC title in 8 years, the WNEP-TV Sports Star of the Week. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Star runners-up this week, Chris McCracken of Jersey Shore High School, Pat Johannes, and as Albie would say, no relation to our lovable Nolan Johannes. Pat's from Honesdale, and Bob Borden of Danville High School. And congratulations to all those folks, too. We'll see you later.
Okay, thanks,
Thank
Tim.
you.
We'll head down the Pennsylvania Road next with Mike Stevens.
Tonight, a man who takes his kite flying seriously, very, very seriously.
Get there any way you can. Get to your Mazda dealer's moving days. Get there for Mazda cash incentives that mean incredible savings on every 87 Mazda car in stock. Save on 323s, save on 626s, on RX-7s, and save hundreds more on Mazda B2000 trucks. But if you want to save big, get there now, because Mazda cash incentives absolutely end March 31st.
Get a great deal at your local Mazda dealer today.
Look for the SureSave stamp of approval, and you'll find great weekly specials like these.
Penn Supreme ice cream, half gallon, $1.99. Minute Maid orange juice, half gallon, $1.39. Sliced American cheese, $1.79 a pound. And boneless New York strip steaks, $2.99 a pound.
When you want the very best, look for SureSave.
Look for the SureSave stamp of approval at a locally owned supermarket near you.
Finally tonight, it may be a little early to think of kite flying, but for a Columbia County man, any time of the year is great. Our Mike Stevens visited with him on the Pennsylvania Road in Mifflinville.
Joe Vaughn will fly a kite any time of year, and it matters not what the weather might be. Kite flying is not just Joe's hobby, it's his profession. And he comes equipped with the tools of his trade. Tools that let him work, even if the wind dies.
So when the wind dies down, you switch to another one.
That's right. Then now the thing would be to fly a lightweight kite.
I've always thought it amazing how a man with a kite can draw a crowd. In the playground of the Mifflinville Elementary School, it's a little easier, but still quite amazing.
Children are delighted with kites. I think adults are too. There's something quite magical about flying kites.
It's even better when you have someone like Joe who can put the kite he sells pretty much where he wants it.
It's great for the depth perception. You know, you can really get into, oh, how far away is that object, you know, and then place your kite right next to it. Maybe even land it against the wall.
But what really makes Joe unique is not how he flies a kite, so much as where he flies it. For when the wind really dies, well, he just moves inside. Joe's Grandmaster kite is small enough and light enough to run around indoors, provided, of course, you are quick enough.
When you have wind, the wind provides all the motive force for the kite. In the absence of wind, you have to provide it by movement. And so it's very creative in that sense, that it's a kind of a dance movement.
Darting this way and that like a bird on the end of a string, kite flying indoors requires the reactions and concentration of a pilot.
And that has a marvelous way of taking your mind off some troubling other things and putting them in their proper perspective.
Kite flying indoors, something to get your mind off your troubles. And for Joe Vaughn, something he can do any time of the year. I'm Mike Stevens, Newswatch 16, on the Pennsylvania Road in Mifflinville.
Wait, when you tell Mike to go fly a kite, he takes you seriously, doesn't he?
Yeah, but why did it take him so long? We've been telling him that for years. That's Newswatch 16 for this Thursday. For the team, thanks for being with us.
Enjoy your evening.